Okay, so I'm going to be ranking the best and worst online coaching funnels that you can do in 2025. But in order for a funnel to rank in the S tier, meaning the super tier, it has to tick 3 boxes. 1, it has to have a high profit margin. 2, it has to be cold and warm audience friendly. And lastly, it has to have very clear KPIs so that we can measure, because if we can't measure, we can't improve it. The coaching clients I partner with collectively make $700,000 every month. And I've helped close to 1,000 other coaches. And today I'm going to show you the best and worst funnels that I've seen or that are actually implemented with my coaching clients. And in the end, I have a quick, big reveal of the best funnel you have to have in 2025 in order to scale your company. Okay, so some of these are actually very famous. So DM ads, everyone's doing them. Follower ads, everyone's doing them. But there's some other ones that I think are underrated and not a lot of people are actually doing them, or they don't do them because they're actually harder to set up. A DM ad is super simple, but some others here require you to set up a pixel or conversions API, etc. And then some people are not doing them. I think that's your opportunity to actually start doing them. But before we dive into that, let's go ahead and start. Okay, let's start with the most obvious one. Obviously, going viral isn't like a method that you want to rely on. And I just want to make sure that you understand that you don't have to go viral in order to be super successful. And it's not something that you can't really measure, can't really predict. Not really something that's, cold audience friendly. You're kind of just shooting in the dark. So going viral, I think, while it's good to aim for, like get a lot of reach, I don't think it's something that you should rely on consistently if you want to improve your business and scale it. So I'm just going to do that into fail, honestly. LT funnel means for low ticket funnel. I think I have clients doing low ticket funnels. They have tripwire funnels, meaning they have like a recipe guide for $19. And then after that, they ascend people into a higher tier one-on-one coaching. Low ticket funnels are great. And I want to rank them into maybe actually an A. The one thing you really want to be careful with low ticket funnels is that I don't want you to think that just because it's a low ticket funnel, it's something that you can spend less time than if you have a high ticket funnel. A low ticket funnel is still a funnel, it's still a different offer, and it's still something that you have to spend time in because people are going to judge you based on the quality of low tickets. And they're going to make the assumptions that if your low ticket is bad, then your high ticket is going to be as bad. So don't think that just because you have a low ticket, that it's just going to be easy to manage. It's still an offer. Now, it can be great if you know how to do the ascension appropriately. I have some clients crushing it with this. You have to be good at copywriting. You have to be good at understanding what the low ticket is from the high ticket. Usually what people do is low ticket is just like a small piece of the puzzle of the high ticket. You just have to understand how that piece of the puzzle actually fits into the bigger, larger picture. But I know some people really crushing with this. DM ads funnel, a lot of people are doing that, especially in the coaching space. DM me whatever word and I'll send you whatever lead magnet or free training, webinar, or whatever it is. Really do this cold audience, warm audience for your current followers. Easy to measure because you can do things. You can do DMs through Go High Level. You can do the automation through ManyChat. You can measure most parts of the funnel, which is awesome. Where it gets a little bit tricky is that it's very hard to automate the entire relationship building. So if you have a lot of volume, chances are you might have to have some sort of setter in the DMs, which requires you to understand how to do the setting the best way. Because if you don't know how to set, how are you going to hire somebody to do the setting for you if you don't have the skill? But it has easily trackable KPIs. It's cold friendly and warm friendly, obviously. And it can have a really good profit margin if you have some killer people in the settings. And it can have a really high profit margin if you have some killers in your DM. Done well with good ads, good copy. I think these are really high up there. Cold funnels, these are goated, man. Honestly, with cold funnels, I helped take a company from $250K a month to $1 million a month. With cold funnels, we had to install Hyros, we had to install tracking softwares, we had to install a dialer software. I forget what the name was. Cold funnels can get expensive, especially at the higher ticket range where your cost per acquisition is anywhere from $800 to $1,500. Cost per call can be $300 to $500. So there's a lot of money invested in ads. If you're doing a lot of just paid acquisition, you have a very small following, you don't have a lot of reach or a lot of organic reach to do cold funnels correctly. And if you're just doing a lot of ads to push this forward, it can get very expensive. But if you can do this right and you know how to run ads and you know how to do good copy, you know how to do good indoctrination sequences and emails, you have great setters, you have great closers, and you make sure that every piece of your funnel is taken care of. You understand the metrics behind each step. You know how to handle all of those steps. People are making hundreds of millions of dollars with cold funnels. These are incredibly good. Now, you don't need cold funnels to sell high ticket. I have another video on that. I have a client that's selling $6,000 packages in the DMs, not even a big following. He has, I think, like 12,000 followers. So while cold funnels are goated, they're not needed to sell high ticket. So I want to put this in A. Cold email, I'm a little bit biased here. I've never done cold email. I know of agencies that teach cold email and they're doing pretty good. But again, that's something I don't teach my clients how to do because you have to do a lot of warming up your inboxes and a bunch of steps but again, this is you can automate this tremendously. But again, I want to just say, put this into D. Webinars, I love webinars. I think they're coming back. However, that's your opportunity to understand how to do webinars well, because just because they're coming back doesn't mean a lot of people are doing them the right way. A lot of people are just copying a lot of people without even knowing how to do things correct. There's a lot of hidden parts of this funnel that you're not able to see unless you funnel hack somebody. But the magic is done leading up to the webinar and making sure that the webinar is not super long. It's a good high value webinar because people are not stupid, and you have really good closers as well, making sure they're dialing people who are coming to the webinar, etc. I have some clients doing webinars and they are crushing it. Now they're doing evergreen, which can be seen as evergreen trainings. You can crush it with this. Webinars, I'm gonna say B. Follower ads are a hit or miss. I know a lot of people who spent a lot of money in follower ads when they're like going up and they lost a lot of money. I'm one of those. They never really worked for me for some reason. It's very, very, very top of funnel. You're just telling people, hey, follow me, I have cool stuff. And then you're relying on your setters to reach out to every follower saying, hey, you're here for the content, or are you here because you need help with whatever? I don't know. Some people crush it with this. In my experience, it's a lot of hit or miss. Very hard to track, very hard to do attribution. So I'm gonna put this into D. Referrals, you can track. It's not as cold audience friendly. You could argue it's all warm audience, extremely high profit margins. And I believe that this is truly the mark of a really good offer, because if people are referring you, it means you're doing something good. While this is not necessarily a funnel, I still want to make sure you understand how important this is. I'll put this in kind of like here, kind of a B plus, okay? Lead magnet, again, part of the thing I did for this other company that was doing $1 million a month was doing a really good lead magnet funnel. I'm not going to give you so much information on this, but these are goated if you know how to do lead magnets correctly. A lot of people just feel like if they do some PDF and they just put it out there and they run traffic towards a PDF, they're just going to get a lot of money. It doesn't work that way. You have to be very strategic with lead magnet, very strategic with what information you get in the front end, whether you're doing email, phone number, whatever, so that you can do outbound or inbound. Not only that, the lead magnet has to be strategic and it has to sell the next step. Ideally, meaning something else that they pay for, or straight from lead magnet to a webinar or a lead magnet to just a call with you. These have a science behind them, especially if you're running traffic towards a landing page. You have to know how to do converting landing pages. Okay, these two are kind of the same, direct sale and sales page. Kind of the same with a lead magnet. You have to know how to do good copywriting. You have to be really good at emails. You have to be really good at reaching out to people and making sure you're top of mind. But these really, really crush it. So let's do something. I want to say this way. Sales page would be the same as a lead magnet, but you're selling something low ticket. So it could be something like sales page, low ticket funnel, lead magnet, etc. So the whole ascension model where you do a book funnel, for example, maybe buy this book for $5. You buy the book and then they upsell you into a bunch of stuff. That's sales pages. That's direct sales pages as well. You can crush it with those. LinkedIn outreach, I hate it. I don't like it. It seems like everyone's just doing outreach on LinkedIn. Like literally, if you post on LinkedIn, it's just people who are doing outreach. Everyone's just doing outreach. It's like a pitch fest in LinkedIn. I just don't like it for some reason. Skool funnel, I want to rate this as like here. The reason being is because it's the same as a low ticket funnel for most people. That's how most people use it. Now, I have clients using Skool and they're crushing it. I have clients using Skool as part of their offer. And they were doing some magic stuff in Skool where you can do some really good upselling. You have to be really good at building the front end so you can easily put people into an ascension model in the back end, things that people can't really funnel hack. But again, a lot of people are using Skool the wrong way, and a lot of people are just using Skool for using Skool, low ticket, sort of like people doing Facebook group funnels like 4 years ago. You have to be strategic with Skool funnels. Actually, I'm going to do this. Now, here's for the big reveal for all the funnels. The most successful funnels that I've seen is literally the fact that you have to know that all of these funnels work. Sometimes even much better when you stack them. You have to understand how to stack different funnels and just play like Lego pieces. For example, the best way to do a lead magnet funnel is if you do lead magnet, a DMs ads to a lead magnet that goes to a direct sale or direct to booking page. And then if people don't convert on your call funnel, well, guess what? You can have a webinar. So once people get your lead magnet through emails, you can put them into a webinar that then just puts them on a call funnel. And if they don't convert on the call funnel, or maybe they're just somebody that's not qualified, then you have a low ticket funnel ready for people who don't convert with your call funnel. The best funnels that I've seen work and work tremendously well is that after some time, you build different things and then you connect them all in one, making sure you always leverage the thing that's going to give you the most return on your investment. So you have a way of bringing in a lot of leads, maybe because you go viral every time with the right audience, or maybe you're just paying for reach and you're paying for people to come inside your ecosystem through DM ads, which gets them a lead magnet. And then that lead magnet through emails, or in the lead magnet itself, you tell people to do the next step, which is a call funnel. But guess what? During the time they get the lead magnet and they convert, you also send them emails for a webinar or a free training in which you actually sell your program again as a call funnel. Or maybe in the webinar, you do a low ticket. And guess what? That low ticket has upsells to get people to a call funnel. Or in that low ticket, you have setters and you have closers reaching out, calling people, dialing them to make sure you put them into a call funnel. Now, you don't have to have call funnels. In fact, you can actually use just DMs, sending people straight to a Stripe link so they can buy your main offer. I have a client that's crushing it with this, selling $6,000 packages without going viral, without doing any cold emails, without doing any calls or anything like that. It's literally direct sell and it's working tremendously. So if you want to see how that works, just click the video on the screen right now. So it's going to tell you exactly how we've done it so that you can sell high ticket in DMs without any setters or any closers. So if you want to see how that works, just click the video and I'll see you on the next one.